Hi, 𝗵𝗲𝗄 here. Welcome. Let's talk about how to get more clients from your social media. If you're a female coach, this is specifically designed for you. So if you're a business owner, you probably are aware that the main purpose of social media content is to get more clients. And so we use our social media to attract people, nurture people, and then convert people if they are the right match for our services. However, great content is not the thing that's going to necessarily get you clients consistently. So you can put out content that's valuable. You can put out a lot of tips. You can put out some really effective ways to do things. However, that's usually not enough for people to actually want to work with you as a coach. So there's a difference between content that gets likes and comments and engages and even shares, and clients that content that actually leads to clients, which is what I want to talk to you about today. So I totally get it if you are posting content and you're discouraged because it's not leading to clients consistently, because that is the goal. So if you want to get more clients from your social media, you might be thinking that you have to be constantly on social media, you know, hanging out in Facebook groups, constantly be posting about your life on stories, posting every single day, making sure that you don't miss a day. You might think you need to have a really huge audience, or that you have to be constantly getting loads of likes and comments, or that you have to be on every single social media platform, you know, LinkedIn and TikTok and Instagram and Facebook and all of them. But I want to let you know, the good news is you don't need all of that in order to get clients consistently from your social media. What you need instead is to know how to turn your social media content into paid clients. And if you don't know how to do this, you can really waste a lot of time and effort on your content. And it's probably really great content in terms of giving value to people, but there's so much more to it that actually leads people to wanting to work with you. It means that you kind of feel like you're a failure when you're not. You know, I've had this feeling before where I've spent a whole lot of time on something and I think, oh gosh, maybe I'm just not a good writer. Maybe I'm just not cut out for the social media thing. You know, I can go into those thoughts as well. And I want to let you know that that's not the truth. You're amazing. There's just a missing piece here. Because if you don't have this piece, which is having a content strategy, it means you don't reach the right people with your message, the people who actually need your services. And it means that you won't get clients and won't grow your business. So because the online world is changing so much, more and more coaches are coming online, right, to do business. It means that we've really got to up level the way that we share, the way that we talk, what we say, how we say it, and make sure it's really resonating with those right fit ideal clients, which is what I want to talk about. So based on my experience working with hundreds of coaches, getting more clients from your social media, it's not about those things I mentioned, having thousands of followers, following the latest fad. It's definitely not about sharing your life on stories every day. You don't have to be doing that. What you need instead is a compelling content strategy. And that is what accelerates your connection and trust with your audience. And that's how you become a coach that people really want to work with. So to get more clients from your social media, it needs to repel the wrong people, and it needs to compel the right people. So compelling content means it compels those people who really need what you offer and really are going to love what you're doing. So how do we do this? In this video, I'm going to be sharing 5 powerful ways that you can do it to create more compelling content so that you can get more clients. So if you're here live, please pop a hashtag live. I'd love to know who is here. And if you're watching on the replay, then pop the word replay. I'm just going to tag someone in who asked me to do that. Great to see you here, Florence. Let me just do that quickly. All right, done. Okay, let's dive in, team. If you've got a pen or paper, oh, by the way, please like and comment. It really does make a difference. I love to hear your thoughts. I love your interaction. I'd love this to be an interactive experience. So please do write your comments, hit me a like, and that will just push this out to more people in our community. I really appreciate it. Thank you. So when you get this right, your audience will continually grow consistently with raving fans. More people will reach out to you in the DMs, more people will reply to your emails, more people will really respond and be interested in what you're doing, and you will attract more of those soulmate clients. So open up a document or grab a pen and paper, make some notes, let's dive in. Number one, the first thing that you need to do is speak more about outcomes rather than methods. Speak more about outcomes than methods. So a lot of people will talk about their method and their process a lot in social media. And this is a mistake. If you speak too much about, like, if you dive too much into the details of your method and process, then you don't get people excited about and inspired about the dream. We need to sell the dream. Write that down, sell the dream. For example, if you're a health coach, you don't want to share too many details about the specific foods. This is what you should eat and this is what you shouldn't eat. You should be sharing content, inspiring people to find out what's going to work for their body, educating them on the reason to eat according to their personal internal system, their preferences, their lifestyle, not follow a generic standard diet. So that's a belief that you can shift in people's mind as soon as you start telling people the details of what to do, what not to do, and like technical details that can first of all put people off because you haven't built a relationship yet. Giving away your methods and your processes, it makes it really obvious, and it actually can make it seem less valuable. It makes you come across less valuable often. Or same thing with like telling them the specific exercises to do, rather than focusing on how good it's going to feel to have a flat stomach. And when you eat the right types for your body, which is personal, you're more likely to have less bloating, for example. So it's really important to share why your value is important for them to know. You might want to write that down. Share why the value is important for them to know. It's more than just tips and tricks. You can still share really valuable content, but focus on inspiring someone to want to change rather than just telling them what to do. Another example is, let's say you're a business coach that teaches Facebook ads. So rather than in your free marketing, rather than going into the technical details about how to specifically set up a Facebook ad, you want to share content that shifts someone's incorrect belief about Facebook ads. So a lot of people were like, oh, I tried ads, it never worked for me, and they've thrown it out. And you want to shift that. That's an incorrect belief that they've formed in their mind. Facebook ads don't work, when obviously there's been billions of dollars spent on them. So they do work. It's just that they haven't worked for that person. So your content needs to shift someone's belief, so that it becomes more powerful. And then they need to pay for the actual steps for them to personally take to make it work in their business. So that's the first one. Speak more about the outcomes than the method. Number two, build trust with the 3 E's. The 3 E's are evidence, education, and experience. Evidence, education, and experience. I'm going to go through these. So anyone can open up an Instagram account now. It doesn't make people an expert. We can't assume that people know that they can trust us. We have to prove that they can trust us. It's not a reliable strategy just to know that you're a trustworthy person. Like, proper wifey, yes, if you know that you're a trustworthy person. If you think of yourself as a trustworthy person, someone that people can trust. Most of us do, right? But that's not enough. You have to take it an extra step. You actually have to intentionally show people that you are trustworthy in the marketplace. And this is a completely different thing. So we need to do it with our content. If you're only perceived as trustworthy, that people want to work with us, people don't have that certainty, that confidence that they need, that conviction that you're the person that is going to get them a result, that can be trusted to not just be supportive and nice, but actually get them the transformation that they're after. You know, how many of you have built a successful, profitable business just by being a trustworthy person without actually sharing that with the world without actually sharing social proof, sharing testimonials, backing it up with evidence, backing it up by educating people so they're like, oh, she does know what she's talking about. What she's saying makes a lot of sense. It's accurate. She's got evidence to support it. She's got statistics to support it. So we can show that we're trustworthy in the marketplace by making sure that we're positioning ourselves as an expert in their mind. You don't have to be the expert in your field. You can be an expert. You can be someone that does have a voice in your area. So evidence, statistics, facts, details, you can get stats from your industry. You can also get statistics that you've come up with yourself. Like, for example, in one of my workshops, I show the evidence of the back end of my Facebook ad to show that I know how to convert my landing pages. And I show the percentages of people that landed on the landing page and people that actually registered. So you can show your own personal evidence as well. And I recommend that you do. You can share your experience. So you might not have a whole heap of actual data written down, but from your years of experience working in a certain field, you've got a whole heap of stories and wisdom and knowledge that you've gained that you can use as evidence to support what you're saying. And then educating people, educating well, educating on the why, the what, the how, backing it up and supporting what you're saying. That's how you build trust. So that's number 2, build a high level of trust using experience, education, and evidence. Number 3, be opinionated. Sharing your opinion is a great principle to apply in every aspect of your business. It can really help show the difference between you and other people. So really think about, why should people listen to you? What is it that you have that's different over someone else who does a similar thing to what you do? What do you always say to your friends and your peers about your topic? What messages do you want to repeat? So it's really important to stand for something and stand against something. So share what you stand for and what you stand against. This positions you as a leader. It compels the right people to you and it repels the wrong people, which is what great marketing should do. So share your beliefs, share your values, share your perspectives on things, but make sure, because everybody's got an opinion, right? And that doesn't make it right. So we've got to be careful to make sure that it's what Napoleon Hill calls accurate thinking. So he talks about, don't just listen to everybody's opinion, make sure you run it through your own filters. And I agree. So I'll share an opinion if I've got facts and data and experience to back it up. It's not just, oh, I think this and I just think that, and I'm just going to put my 2 cents in here. We want to make sure that it's coming, that we only are opinionated on the things that we have experience in. So I wouldn't give my opinion on what's happening in Russia. I wouldn't give my opinion on Australian politics. Like, I don't have strong opinions because I don't know enough about it. But when it comes to marketing, compelling content, presenting, sales, those things, I have an opinion about everything that I speak about because it's formed from 20 years in business, So if you have some factual data and evidence supporting what you're saying, it will be much more powerful. So go all in. And some people call this being contrarian. The meaning of contrarian, I wrote this down, it's a person who takes a contrary position or a person who opposes or rejects popular opinion. So you can show why your approach is different and why it works better. So for example, I often share that if you're a coach and you don't have thousands of followers right now, you probably don't need to be doing the type of marketing that a lot of influencers and gurus are telling you to do, especially because they're selling that product, right? So we've just got to be really careful about what we're influenced by and weigh it up with weigh it up based on the stage we're at in our journey. So if you're just starting out in business, like if you're maybe 1 to 3 years or 0 to 3 years in business, there's a whole heap of things that you want to focus on, as opposed to methods when you're 5, 10, 20 years in business. It's different. And there are a lot of strategies that get thrown out there that gurus are recommending that can actually be very distracting for you. And I know this because I got caught up in it myself. I was constantly going to courses and events telling me to do things. For example, posting Instagram stories 3 to 5 times a day, sending cold DMs, cold calling, hiring an appointment setter to book calls for you. You've probably had those drop into your DMs. Getting media and PR exposure. It's great, but is that something that's important for you right now? Or is it, I'm going to focus on getting my first clients or my next 5 clients. I'm going to get my cash flow. I'm going to learn before I do that. Doing those things prematurely can actually cost you a lot of time and money, or potential money lost. Sharing a reel every day, advertising on other people's websites, having other people advertise on your website, writing a book, even having a website. For a lot of people, they spend 6 months on that and they still haven't got any clients, whereas that could have been chipping away in the background while you're focusing your time on getting clients, and building those things, you know, over time, or even just pausing some things, you know, business cards, all those things that people get caught up on, trying to go viral. Even things like doing a podcast, like if you do it too quickly before you've got the authority, the credibility, the experience, you're probably not going to be able to drive enough traffic to really make it work. So that was an example of being opinionated. This is just my opinion, but it's based on what I've seen over many years. So think about how you can show more of your opinion. This is important. So that's number 3, be opinionated. Number 4 is move people along the client journey. If you really want to get clients from your social media, we've got to move them through and off social media. So we want to be able to encourage people not to just be passive consumers of our content, but action takers on what we're saying as a result of what they read, as a result of what they watch. So we want our content to inspire people to actually take action. Otherwise, it's not influencing them to move and improve their life. And it's not moving them along a journey. It's just interesting, right? So there should always be a next step. A lot of opportunities are missed because people aren't inviting people to a next step at the end of their content. I really love what Denise Duffield-Thomas says in her book, Chillpreneur. She says, be consistent, share what you know, and make offers. It's so simple. Share what you know and make offers, and be consistent. So most of your pieces of content should inspire some type of action. Otherwise, they're just kind of nice thoughts, but they're just adding to the noise, right? So we want each content piece to be chipping away at limiting beliefs, at objections, at blocks that people have to actually taking action. So every piece of content has a job to do. That's why you need a strategy, because all of the pieces of your strategy are doing a job. They have a purpose. Hey, 𝗬𝗂. Hey, Laura. Great to see you here. Hey, Sally. So make sure that all of your pieces of content are actually leading somewhere. Sometimes it's just for engagement. You know, sometimes you'll post and it's just to get engagement, but we still want to get people moving. We want people to actually do something as a result of reading our content. So that's number 4, move people along the journey. Thanks for your comments, team. Hey, Perry. Hey, Melissa. So good to see you guys here. I will respond to every comment after I finish. Okay, number 5, use your content to shift beliefs. I alluded to this before. If you want to turn your followers into coaching clients, you need to shift beliefs using your content. So you might be wondering, how do I shift beliefs? Belief shifting content shifts someone's specific belief about your topic. It shifts their perception. It shifts their way of thinking. Think about the beliefs that your clients, your potential clients currently have versus the beliefs you want them to have. We want to make sure that we really understand the beliefs that they currently have that are not true, and the beliefs that we want them to have instead. So it could be like the true cause of their problem. It could be what they're currently doing to cause the problem or solve the problem. It could be what they actually need to do to solve the problem. For example, a lot of coaches believe if I just keep doing what I'm doing, one day it's surely going to work, right? Whereas I want to show them a way that is better, rather than just keep doing what you're doing, hoping, guessing, praying that it's going to work. I want to show them, hey, there's this different way that's actually going to work a whole lot better. Or they might believe that they need to create just more and more and more content, when the truth is maybe they just need to shift what they're saying. Maybe they need to change the way they're saying it, what they're saying, the way they're saying it. So a lot of people have misconceptions that valuable content is just giving tips, where value is so much more than tips. Value is when someone sees something differently. Value is when someone sees something differently. It's when they get a new perspective on something. We show them a world of what's possible. So when we show them basically that we can take them from where they are to where they want to be, when we take the time to do this through our content, we don't just post for posting's sake. The people that are strategic in their social media, they are the ones that get clients. So it's really taking time to craft well thought out, well worded content. And a lot of people aren't doing that. They don't want to spend the time on it, or they don't know how to do it. So we want to make sure that we understand the beliefs of our clients and that we're strategically shifting it. Because there's only one reason why people aren't working with you right now, and it's because they don't believe yet that they can get the result that you offer. That's the number one reason. They don't yet believe it. And so that's why we need to shift beliefs using our content. When you know how to create compelling content, when you know how to be strategic in your content and make sure that every content piece is doing its job, and that you have a strategy that works, you will impact more lives. More people will find your content. It's not about the algorithm. The algorithm is happy when we do compelling content, when we keep people on our page, when we use our words, use our language to really inspire people. It means that your content starts to turn your followers into clients. So if you want to know how to create a system that does that, so that you can get amazing clients on repeat through your content and do it in a way that's predictable, I'm sharing the formula that I created and use for myself, and the secrets that I use and share with my clients. So this is what I share with my private clients. I've put together in a formula that I'm teaching at my upcoming workshop. It's called How to Get Coaching Clients with Easy Marketing. And this online workshop is designed specifically for female coaches who want to get more clients consistently, and not just any clients, but high quality, high value clients. I'm sharing my compelling content formula. So this is a strategy that you can use to craft really compelling content using my brain-based influence principle method, and also how to actually get clients from social media into your email list so that you can continue to nurture them. I'm sharing how to create a 24/7 marketing machine. So this is an automated system that you can use to consistently get clients, even while you're on holiday, even while you're sleeping. And it's not hard to set up. It's only 4 steps, and anyone can do it. You don't need complex text. You don't need tech. You don't need, to be a guru in tech to do it. I'm also sharing how to create a profitable online event so that you can reliably fill your calendar with clients. So basically, I've condensed the most valuable things that I've learned over the last 20 years in business, and I've put them into a one-day workshop. So it's helped hundreds of clients, and I'm excited to share it with you. So if you want a proven formula that you can continue to use for years to come, just drop the word workshop into the DMs right now, and I will get you the details of that workshop, or send me a DM with the word workshop, and I will send you the details and send you your free invite. And the first 20 people to register are getting a free special gift from me. I just emailed out some of them this morning, so I'm excited for the first registrations to come in, because life rewards action, and I love rewarding fast action takers. So drop the word workshop if you want to know the details. So just to recap the 5 ways I recommend to get more clients from your social media. Number 1, speak more about outcomes than methods. Number 2, build trust with evidence, education, and experience. Number 3, be opinionated. Number 4, move people along the client journey. And number 5, shift beliefs. How was it? How was that, team? Pop it in the chat box, pop it in the comments. What was your favorite tip? What stood out to you? What did you like? What resonated? Please like this, comment, and please share it with other people if you feel like they would benefit from it. Thank you for tuning in. Until we meet again, keep showing up, keep shining, keep sharing, and the world is waiting for you. Take care, my friends. Bye for now.